Hey, what's up? It's Jake, and now I'm going to go over how to make a more complex script to apply discounts. So I want to show you a technique that is something that's really good, and in many programming languages, besides the if, elif, else constructs and whatever form they may come in, you'll find another statement, usually called the switch case. But that's not in Python. If you don't know what that is, don't worry about it. It's for people coming from different languages. It's the equivalent of a cascade of if, elif, 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 else type clauses with a syntax similar to this um, in Java code, which I actually won't write out the JavaScript, but um, just know that if you're coming from that language and you're using switch stuff, then we're essentially going to try to do the same thing. So Python can do something kind of like a switch, and that's saying if I'll just say 1 is less than equal to day underscore number, which is less than or equal to 5. Okay, and we're talking about days of a week or something like that. Day equals a weekday. Okay. Um, elif, elif, day underscore number equals 6, then the day equals Saturday. And then we could say elif day underscore number equals 7 equals 7, then day is, you guessed it, Sunday. Else day is blank, and we're going to raise a value error, and in that value error I'm going to make a string for whatever the day number is, and then concatenate that with the string that says is not a valid day number. Okay, and just to make this a little more complete, let's just say that um, we'll say we create a variable day number which equals input, enter a number for a day 1 through 7. All right, we'll just assume that maybe people don't follow directions, and we'll have this raised value error. So let's see what this does. So if I do Python discount, enter a number for day 1 through 7, it's 4. Uh-oh, not supported between instances of inst and string. What does that mean? Let's see, if day number equals blah, 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 blah. Let me make this into an integer and run that again. 4. Nothing, right? Because it doesn't print anything. So maybe at the end here, we just say print day, like that. 4. Weekday, okay. 6. This is Saturday. 7. Sunday. 8. Raise a value error. 8 is not a valid day number. All right, cool. So that works. So now I'm going to start a new example. Now that you've seen kind of this pattern, and get into what I said we were going to do, which is doing discount stuff. So let's say I have some customers, okay, and for brevity, I am going to copy and paste some values here that I have saved, and hopefully make this a little bit faster. Boom. That would have taken me a while to type. Okay, so I have this customer list, and each element is a dictionary object, which has an ID, a total, and a coupon code. Okay, and these are in pounds and percentages. So now what do we do with this? Well, let's say for customer in customers, and we'll set a variable code equals customer, and then whatever the coupon code is. So coupon underscore code. Okay. And then we're going to say, oops, if code equals F20, then the customer discount with 1D, customer discount equals 20. Okay. elif code equals F15, then customer discount is a string and also is equal to 15. And then we'll do another elif code is P30. If it's P30, then customer discount is going to equal, it's a little different, customer discount, or I'm sorry, the customer total times 0.3, because it's fixed percent 30, right? So 15, you get fixed 20, or 15, F20 fixes 20. This one's 30%, right? And then I would have a P50. So I would need another elif code equals P50. Then I can just copy this and paste it and change it to 50%. And then finally, else customer discount equals 0. And then after that, I'll make one more by saying for customer in customers, I want to print customer. Hey, get inside. Print. Let's do the customer ID and customer. I'm just using these elements here. Total and customer discount. Something like that. Okay, so let's run this. Python discount. Oh, wait, here we go. Line 22, print customer ID, customer, oh, because I need this. There we go. Wrong script. Discount. There we go. All right, so customer ID, the total was 200. The fixed discount's going to be 20. The total 150, discount's going to be, now remember this is P30, so it's 30% off. 30% of that's 45. See, this is 50% off, and this is 15% off. 50%, $50. It's confusing, same number. But anyways, so yeah, so I started to set up some customers. I have an order total, coupon code, and ID. 4 different types of coupons, 2 fixed, 2 percentage base. I used if, elif, cascade, applied the discount accordingly. I set it as a discount key in the customer dictionary, and at the end printed out the data to see whether the code was working properly. And it does. This code's pretty easy to understand, but all these condition clauses are very cluttering with logic, and it's not easy to exploit a dictionary to your advantage like this. So there may be a different way to do this. So let's make a bad discount. You see me do this a lot when I need to make multiple things, is I'll just turn it into a function and then not call it. All right, and then let's do good discount and see what that looks like. Good underscore discount. There we go. All right, so in here, I might want to take the same concept. I'll leave these customers and stuff, But instead what I'm going to do is I'm just going to say discounts equals, and I'm going to create a set object and go F20. This is much easier to manage. What is F20? 0, 20. And then a comma. And then I'll make one for P20. And that'll be 0.3, comma 0.0. And then I'm going to make a P50 at 0.500. And then lastly, an F15, and that's 0, 0, and then 15.0. All right, so this is my object here, and that's done. Let's see here. So inside, let's say I've got all my discounts. So each value has a tuple. The first value is the percent, and the second value is fixed. So you can actually update these and change them as needed. The values that are fixed do not have a percentage, and the values that are percentages do not have a fixed amount. That was probably bothering some of you. All right, so there's the discounts. So now I can say for customer in customers, the discount code is customer and then whatever the customer's coupon code is, and then say percent comma fixed equals discounts dot get whatever code, and then I'll do 0.0.0.0, and then go customer, and then here I have the discount, and that will equal percent times customer total plus any fixed amount that we have as well. And then I'll do one more for loop for customer in customers. Let's go ahead and print the customer ID and the customer total. Total. And the customer, what was the last one? Discount. There we go. Okay, so in here I have a separate object that represents all the discounts. I have a separate object or list that lists all my customers, so they're separate. And then in here I can manipulate these much easier by saying, okay, the code is whatever the customer discount code is, and for every customer, grab their code and then set percent and fixed equal to whatever the discount code is, and then set the discount to whatever the percent is times the total plus the fixed, and that will apply both of these to each customer depending on their code, and then go ahead and print them out. So let's check this out. Save, and then let's call good discount. Okay, call my function. Makes it work better. And we see we get the exact same result. So while this seems like bad code with if, elif, 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 else, you can actually just define this object, which is easily manipulated with an API. You can define this object, which is easily manipulated with an API or even in a database. And then you can go through the code much more Pythonic, much easier this way, much more efficiently, and produce the same result. So one thing, the concept here is to use a dictionary as something called a dispatcher. So what I'm trying to do is fetch something from a dictionary based on a code or like a coupon code, right? And by using it, the dictionary.get, right? So I created a dictionary here at the top. These are dictionaries. And you'll notice here I did this get thing, and you're probably like, what the heck is that? So in this case, what this is you're using the dictionary.get, which gives you a key and a default value. And make sure you cater to when the code is not in the dictionary, you need a default value, which is why I passed a default value in case there wasn't one. So if there's not one, then basically this says don't give them a percent off and don't give them a fixed price discount. So if this customer doesn't have a special ID for a coupon code, then they're not going to get a discount. And so that's essentially what I passed. And this is what's called using a dispatcher. So I had to apply some very simple linear algebra in order to calculate the discount properly. Each discount has a percentage and a fixed part in the dictionary, represented by a 2 tuple. By applying percent times total plus fixed, you get the correct discount. When percent is 0, the formula just gives the fixed amount and gives the percent times the total when the fixed is 0. This technique is important because it's used in other contexts and functions where it becomes more powerful than what we're seeing here in this little example. But another advantage is that you can use this code in a way that the keys and values of the discounts dictionary are fetched dynamically, like for a database, for example. This will allow the code to adapt to whatever discounts and conditions you have without having to modify anything. So in this case, if I had to go in here, I'd have to modify all this parts of the code, which is a giant pain. But in here, it's an object, and this object can be manipulated very, very easily. If you're still unclear how this works, that's fine. Take your time, experiment with this, ask questions, feel free to leave comments, whatever, help each other out. And you can change the values and add print statements to see what's going on throughout the process. You see me do that a lot in my code just to make sure things are working or to show you that they're working. And that's always recommended, especially when you're doing stuff. So I hope this helps. This is just one example of one way a lot of people would do this. And then this is an example of something that maybe not something you think of right out of the gate, but for future use and something that scales, this would be a much better approach to doing this. So I hope that helps. If you have any questions, as always, let me know. And if not, it is Saturday, so have a great Saturday.